I had a very common week, so I do not have anything really to tell. Anybody else? Thumbs up from Elim Fong. Do you have something to say, Elim Fong?
Yes, we started school, but there's something I didn't really like. We didn't even have any class
What did you do
because
instead?
we're practicing
Practicing what?
for our assembly.
Okay. Well, anybody else? Or should we just jump right into a review?
Also,
Joshua.
last
Oh, hold on.
I made this, and if you have this, and you are use two to go to it, and
so you can shoot things with it?
it's just one to make it fly.
Okay. All right. Aiden Fong, one more thing. He's going to shoot again. Go ahead, Joshua. You can shoot it.
Also, we went to Bali last week.
Your mom shared a picture in the group of you at the beach. It was beautiful.
Yeah, that's the beautiful beach.
All right. Well, this week I have all of the slides ready for the review on forces for you to teach the class. Who's ready to be a teacher today?
No.
No.
You.
No, not me, Lim Shay. You get to be the teacher.
Why? I don't want.
Elim Fong is ready. Let's look and see. I'll help you along, but let's see what you remember. Before we start with science, though, let me back up just a little. Remember some words that we started. I think this is still before Joshua had joined our group. So, who remembers, what do we call words with opposite meanings? This is a little bit of English first.
I know.
Well, go ahead, Aaron. What is it?
Antonyms.
Ding, antonyms.
Mm-hmm.
So, Aaron, give me an example of antonyms.
Hot and cold.
Perfect example. Joshua, can you give an example of an antonym?
Big and small.
There we go. There's another one. So, what do we call words with the same meaning, Elim Fong?
Synonyms.
Can you give an
I
example?
was about to say centipedes.
Sin something. Can you give an example?
Yes. Happy, glad.
Nice. Elim Shay, can you give an example?
Happy and bad. Oh no. Good and bad.
Good and bad would be opposites, right? So would those be synonyms or antonyms?
I don't know.
They're opposite. We're going to think, look, we make it A, opposite, antonyms. Those are good examples of antonyms. All right. So remembering those words, let's get into our science a little bit now. We had a force. What's a force? Anybody?
What was that?
Do you remember what a force is?
Teacher.
Elim Fong.
A push or a pull.
Thank you, teacher Elim. Elim Shay, was that you that had a question?
No.
Okay. So we need some synonyms for everybody. Show me a force. You can push and you can pull. What are some synonyms for a push? Some other words we say. Instead of push something, what might we say? Anything? Erin, what are some synonyms for pushing?
Choke. I can thrust it.
Yeah, thrust it.
And teacher,
Yeah,
I have a synonym for pull.
I will call on you first. Let's finish with push first, okay? So thrust is one. What's another one? Somebody else. Who's going to be a teacher and read my slides? Eileen Fong, go ahead.
Thrust, drive.
And we're missing the one word that is not said the way it's spelled. What's that word?
Shove.
No.
Yeah, shove. It looks like it would have a long O, but it doesn't. Shove.
Shove.
Those are all synonyms for the force to push. All right, Erin, I said I'd call on you first. What's a synonym for pull?
I can drag something.
Ding! There's one. Anybody have a different one? Hi, Grace. All right, let me pull it up. We said drag. What else is there?
Hook.
Tug. Eileen Fong.
Yeah, sure.
Yank. And what's the last one?
Jack.
Jerk.
Jerk.
Now, these are below the red line because they're sort of like informal words. Do you know what I mean by informal words?
No.
Words that you would say with your friends when you're just talking to a friend or not talking in a class in a school setting that tends to be a little bit more. We use fancier words in schools sometimes, don't we? Even homeschool, you learn fancier words. It's a word you would just use with your friends. You jerk something, you yank it. All right. Let's go back. Gravity. Even Shay, what is gravity?
Gravity is something fell down.
Exactly. It pulls something down. Ta-da! Read it for me, Eileen Shay. What's the definition?
A force that pulls everything toward the earth.
Good job. So remember, we're talking about forces. And since it's a force, we use the word pull because a force is a push or a pull. You gave a good definition saying about down. Then we can talk about magnetic forces. Do you remember magnets?
Magnet.
Magnets have two different sides to them, and we often say that what do like poles, similar poles, what do we say they do?
They push the other over.
They
Ah,
push the other over.
that's exactly what they do. So once again, it's a force, it's pushing. What do opposite poles do?
They stick together.
They
Uh-huh.
pull.
They make things together.
That's right. So if we were using the force words, we would say like poles push or pull. Look at like poles.
Push.
Are they
push.
pushing or pulling?
Push.
Ah, that's right. They're pushing away. So we often say like poles repel. That's they don't go towards each other. And opposite poles
Pull.
attract. And that's right, Joshua. What's our force word? Push or pull?
Pull.
Pull.
They pull. See, y'all are doing great. Poles. Poles are on magnets. That's what we saw over here when we saw the N's and the S's. What are poles?
Pull.
Does anybody remember what poles are? Look at, what do you see in the picture?
Earth.
You see Earth. Do you see the word pole somewhere?
Yes.
Yes.
At the top and bottom.
At the top and bottom. What are at the top and bottom of the Earth?
Poles.
At the top we have the
North Pole.
North Pole.
and at the bottom.
South Pole.
South Pole.
Okay, right. Because poles are the
Opposite ends of a magnet.
so the Earth actually has a magnetic force.
Yeah.
And the opposite ends come out on the north and the south. Because the top and bottom are opposites, right?
N or S. That's the N or S comes from.
That's exactly right. Yeah, Elim Shay.
I have a question. Where is Elim from?
She was having trouble connecting. I think maybe she dropped out and I'm expecting her to come back again. She's not back yet. I'm watching for her. Very observant. All right. Natural forces. Who created natural forces?
Natural forces.
In making things, we can think of normally two things. Either God made it or man made it. So natural forces. Who do you think made natural forces?
God.
Ding.
God.
Natural forces are forces that God created to happen. Like what?
Gravity and magnetic force.
Gravity and what is that?
Magnet. Magnet. Magnet.
We'll sort of hit this syllable harder. Magnetic force.
Magnetic.
Magnetic.
When we
Magnetic.
add an IC, we make it be an adjective. So there we go. All right. Here's Elim Fong back. you're back, Elim. All right. So, Elim Fong, we just read this, but you read it about natural forces. Teacher Elim.
Natural forces. Forces that God created to happen like gravity and magnetic force.
Right. All right. So, then we learn about mechanical force. Huh. Do you think mechanical force is man-made or God-made?
Man.
Well, the picture sort of gives it away, doesn't it? Right. Elim Shay, what's it say about mechanical force?
Mechanical force.
In the orange box.
I don't know.
Read here. Not
Not a God-made push or pull force.
There we go. Good. All right. So mechanical force, that means it's man-made. We use that word man, not to talk about your dads or your uncles or your brothers.
That means people.
Everybody. So a man-made force could be made by me, even though I'm not a man. Elim, could you make a man-made force?
Yes.
All right, so everybody show me a man-made force.
A man-made?
Aaron's got one. If you hold something, it's a force, right? Pick it up. You can push something. I could.
Or maybe
Look.
paper.
Okay, so what are you going to do to the paper, Joshua, to move it, to have there be a force on it? You picked it up, you dropped it, you fold it. Any of these movements are mechanical forces.
Look, movement.
Is that just to strengthen your hand? Is that a capo for a guitar?
Yes.
I was trying to figure out what it was. All right, these are all mechanical forces. So, then we talked about friction.
What's that? It's made the everything on his way down.
Does anybody remember what friction is?
I know.
Who? Tell me then. Was that Aaron that said you know?
No, I said I don't know.
Oh, you don't know. Well, how about you read it for me then, Aaron?
A force that works against movement.
All right, so we can move our hands real easily. Everybody move your hands. Now, rub your hands together. Do they move as easily?
Not really.
It's not really at this.
My hands are sweating.
So this is an example of friction. When things rub together, it's friction.
This is another example of it.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be just your hands. You can do
This is
it
a
on
rough place.
So that's my next question, Elim Fong. What kinds of surfaces have lots of friction, Elim Fong? You just told me.
I know.
What?
Bumpy rocks.
Bumpy, rocks, rough, anything like that. So, because if it's, what kind of surfaces?
The dog is sleeping.
Oh, he's slipping. And why is he slipping, Joshua?
Oh, it's on the ice.
So, is there much friction on the ice, Joshua?
Ice is very steep.
It is. Is there friction on the ice? Is there much friction?
Oh.
No. Because what kind of surfaces have less friction?
Ice.
Ice. Smooth surfaces have less friction. So, do we need friction in the world?
Yes.
Yes.
Why?
Kind of, yes.
See, on your hand will slip, and you cannot move. If you move on the thing, and that will be slip.
That's right.
Even if
So friction. Is friction a man-made or a God-made force?
God-made force.
It can be a God-made force, and
It can be a man-made force
it
too.
can be a man-made. We can make friction, can't we? But God also has made friction in the world. So that's a tricky question. You were right. Either way, you answered it. All right.
Teacher.
Yeah.
Yay, crossword No.
Hold on.
Things that work against other things or that, isn't it?
Things that work against other things are friction.
Things that work against other things.
And what are you saying about things that work against other things? Are you saying that they're friction?
Is there fiction?
Yes. I would say I'm trying to make sure that it's always a yes, but I think it's always a yes.
But if a fish moves against the water current, is it a fiction too?
We don't say there's a friction, but there is friction. Yes.
Oh yes.
Yeah, even because of the atoms and the things in the water, he's having to move through them. Yes, there still would be friction.
Always many fictions.
Yes. So friction is a word that we can't put a with, and we don't add an S to. We just say there is friction. So yes, there is friction. And sometimes we might say there's a lot of friction or a little friction. Sort of a word like homework. We say we have a lot of homework or a little homework. We don't say I have homeworks. I have homework. There is friction. All right.
I have lots of homework.
You have
Just
lots.
kidding. I don't have any homework.
All right. Anything about forces and pulls? You all made excellent teachers remembering most of the things. All right. We're going to start. I'm going to pull up a whiteboard. And I want everyone to get a section. Oh, hold on. That's not what I want.
That's what? What?
It didn't work too well for me. Let me try this again. Okay, we're going to have Joshua, Elim Fong, Elim Shay, and Aaron. I don't know your last name, so we'll just put an E.
My last name is Wong.
Elim Wong. Okay, so we talked about plants in the next chapter. I want you to draw for me the part of a plant that, oops, hold on.
Well,
I don't know how to draw here.
Oh, that's right. We never figured out drawing on this, did
Oh.
we?
I'll find a paper.
Let's.
Elim Fong, did you have another question or was it you just couldn't draw?
I couldn't draw.
Okay. Well, you can draw it if you have a piece of paper, or you can just tell me, but that's not as much fun.
Maybe I'll just draw it. I'll just get some paper.
Okay.
Get
We only have about 2 minutes. What part of the plant takes in water?
In water. Oh,
I wanted you to draw it because then everybody gets to come up with the answer, not just one person to say it.
I will draw it. Teacher, could you say it again? What are we to draw?
What part of the plant
Got it.
draws or pulls in water? Joshua, right. Ding, here's 1 star for Joshua.
Stem.
What takes in the water first? Ding,
Roots.
Aaron. How does the water get there, Elim Fong?
Root.
Oh, I see Elim Fong's and Elim Shay,
No, you cannot.
you're blurry because you've got your black background blurred.
sorry.
Ding! You got it. All right. And guess what? We didn't get very far with our plants because that's all we have time for. So we'll start it next week. Bring your paper back and we'll draw some with our plants next week, okay?
Yes.
Okay. Have a great week. I'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye, Joshua. Bye, Elim Shay. Bye, Aaron. Bye, Elim Fong.
Bye.
Bye.
Cute little flowers.
Flowers.
I give you.
That was kind of.
That's different. All right. I'll see you later. Bye.
Bye.